For my poster project, I chose to focus on methods of communication in differing social contexts with African elephants. African elephants use a combination of rumbles, roars, and trumpets as a means to communicate individuality, sex, age, location, arousal state, and presence of predators in both natural and captive habitats. The production of these vocal signals is specific to the morphology of African elephants. The presence of the larynx allows vocal forward vibrations in varying frequencies, as well as vocal production through the trunk. Rumbles are characterized by low-frequency productions with infrasonic range and are generally used in retaining social bonds. These calls attenuate slower and are therefore able to travel long distances to conspecifics. Roars and trumpets are considered to be higher frequency and used in closer proximity. Elephants are considered social animals who have complex organized groups. Multiple methods of communication have been studied and experimented on to determine the purpose of different calls. My first prediction is that alarm signals differ based on predator and elicit different behavioral responses. Elephants are known to produce a variety of vocalizations, which can include alarm calls specific to predators or situations. Experiments have shown elephants have consistent behavioral responses and alarm calls to signal the presence of bees and local Samburu tribesmen who often hunt African elephants. An experiment played a tribal voice playback which elicited an increase in flight response and vigilance behavior compared to behavior before the playback. The bee swarm playback elicited increased flight response, vigilance behavior, and ear flapping. Both sets of behaviors during the stimulus were considered significantly different compared with pre-playback. Additionally, alarm call playbacks with acoustic features reflecting urgency elicited the strongest behavioral responses in listening elephants. This data suggests that elephants can produce calls that communicate urgency relative to a threat and react accordingly. My second prediction was that rumble calls are used in both wild and captive environments to communicate location of individuals. Rumbles mediate spatial relationships within a herd and promote group cohesion, even when members may not be within visual range. Long-distance rumble calls may be the foundational reason that elephants are able to maintain family groups. Call and answer contact involves communication between a sender and a receiver, which may be up to 2 kilometers away. This call is associated with low rumbles as well as having ears in a lifted position. This call is often seen between females to coordinate locations. The spectrogram indicates the calls of an observed female as well as a distant female in a natural habitat in a call and answer format. The rumbles decrease in frequency as the individuals get closer to one another. This shows great support for communication based on location, specifically in separated family groups led by females. My third prediction was that androgen levels in male elephants may impact production of calls which signal sex, size, and arousal. Vocal features often reflect size-related differences between sexes of the same species. Vocal folds are sensitive to testosterone. This may alter the production of vocalizations given differing androgen levels. While male and female vocal productions look similar, this study found that male rumbles had a significantly greater jitter compared to the females. The jitter relates to acoustic features which represent the shape and contours of sounds produced and visible via spectrogram. Males have a recognized sex-specific call referred to as must. This distinct rumble is a result of increased androgen levels coupled with increased aggressive behavior. The concept of the must call and the significant elevation of the jitter suggests that African elephants can produce sex-specific calls and androgen levels may play a role in what calls are produced. The 3 main conclusions I obtained from the research are as follows. 1. Elephants can produce varying calls that communicate urgency relative to a present threat and react accordingly. 2. Rumbles can attenuate long distances and communicate location to encourage connection of family groups. 3. African elephants can produce sex-specific calls and androgen levels may play a role in what calls are produced. I think there is still room for research to be conducted related to African elephant communication. The different calls and sound productions are very specific and have been evolutionarily stable over time. I learned that there are many benefits to these communication strategies, but I think there is more to be understood in relation to elephants. Specifically, I think there should be more research done on the impact of androgen levels on call production and the influence that this has on male fitness or female choosiness in a herd. Seen below are my references for the poster project.